tensions erupt as federal officers utilize tear gas and make arrests amid a protest outside an ICE facility in Portland. This significant event unfolds in the context of heightened political tensions since President Donald Trump's recent announcement about deploying additional National Guard troops to the area. But here's where it gets controversial. How much force is justifiable during protests, and at what point does authority overstep? On Saturday afternoon, numerous protesters gathered at Elizabeth Carruthers Park in southwest Portland and marched towards the Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) detention facility. This demonstration was part of a series of protests sparked by recent governmental actions. Upon reaching the facility, the demonstrators blocked the main access road, escalating the situation. In response, officers from federal law enforcement began to emerge from the facility and resorted to firing tear gas in an attempt to clear the crowd. It remains unclear exactly how many canisters were deployed, but those positioned at the front reported seeing multiple tear gas canisters released into the air, creating a chaotic atmosphere. Moreover, several protesters reported being arrested, particularly those who stood outside the facility's entrance. Around 1:20 p.m., the federal law enforcement continued to launch tear gas canisters, further intensifying the conflict. Among those detained, at least 2 were released later in the day. One of the arrested individuals, Cass Cano, shared that he was held for around 90 minutes and given a violation notice for trespassing. In contrast, fellow protester John Jolly recounted his experience of arriving and immediately detecting the lingering scent of tear gas. He expressed that he would urge fellow activists to remain level-headed and avoid taking the bait, a phrase often echoed by and familiar to Portland's activist community. "This is why I'm here today," Jolly explained. After witnessing the turmoil of 2020 and the lasting impacts on our city's reputation, I am determined to ensure nothing similar transpires again. Steve Hall, another protester and a veteran with 3 years of service in U.S. Army intelligence, voiced his concern about the presence of National Guard troops in Portland. "They don't belong here. Our local law enforcement is fully capable of managing any situation that arises within the city or county limits," Hall asserted. Adding a different perspective, Brittany Carr from Milwaukee brought her young daughter to experience the protest firsthand. She mentioned how her family had been following the developments on social media platforms, like TikTok. "I want her to understand that standing up for one's beliefs is crucial, and that we can advocate for change through peaceful means," Carr stated passionately. As this situation continues to unfold, it is essential to keep an eye on how it might evolve. So, what do you think about this escalating conflict? Do you believe the use of tear gas is appropriate during protests? We invite you to share your thoughts and engage in the discussion.